brokerage firm and their trading department do, that they're using the reverse psychology that you don't know about. Now, we're going to talk about for about, maybe about 30, 40 minutes. It's going to go quite fast. I'll try to talk as slow as possible, but I'm going to show you some of the most craziest things that are going to blow your mind that you know exist out there, and you're going to see it now in real time. Now, before we get started, just a quick little risk disclosure. I'm not making any guarantees. This works for everybody. It varies student to student to everyone out there, but I do want to suggest that there's a very high risk in trading. So please, when you go out there, be very cautious, because you can lose not all your money, if not more. Now, here's the things that we're going to cover. I'm going to talk about all the different levels of the book, where you get to see orders from level 2, level 3, and level 4, which some of you probably never heard of. I'll talk about timing during the day, best times to trade. I'll talk about during the week when they're good times to trade. I'll show you how we find these stocks, working off the big percentage gainers and losers. And also, basically a couple of rules, and my top 3 best tools to use that anyone here can get them for free, which you didn't even probably know about, even that you could. But I'm going to show you how to get it and where to get it. Now, let's go to the live markets and let's have a little fun here. Okay. So today's Friday. Okay. And it's Friday. It's a beautiful day here in New York. It's the thick of the summer, not really that much going on, but there is, the market's up 90, the Dow's up 90, the S&P's down 19. You got a couple of big movers and losers there, but what's really moving? How do we know what's moving? What makes a stock go up and go down? So I'm going to be asking a lot of questions, and if you want to have some fun and you want to test your knowledge, there's no better place to do it than now. So I'm going to ask everyone a very important question that's going to define you if you should continue to trade or you should quit while you're ahead. What makes a stock go up and down, everyone? What drives a stock from going up and down? By the way, if you cannot answer this question, you should not be trading, okay? Now, if you look at everybody's chat that's coming up, everyone's saying the same thing: buyers and sellers, okay? It's as simple as that. Buyers run the stock up, sellers running the stock down. So the thing is, there's a lot of stocks moving in the market. Wouldn't it be nice to know where the buyers are? And wouldn't it be, and then knowing where the big sellers are? Well, you can. And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to show you a couple of stocks. Now, does anyone here have a stock that they would like to talk about? Any stock that stands out that you're probably trading, that you want to know if it's going to continue to go up, it's going to go down? Any stock? Palantir, BLMR, Archer, QBTS. Okay. Soons. All right, let me Palantir is pretty good. Okay. I like Palantir. Everybody should be very familiar with that stock, PLTR. So PLTR, if you look at the stock right here, if you've been following me on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, we've been a very big fan of Palantir. We've been watching the stock and trading the stock and owning the stock all the way down as low as down here back since last year when it was $28. We got in, we got out, we got in, we got out. When you get an opportunity, definitely watch it. Now, the question is this. We all agree stocks go up due to buyers and sellers. Now, you want to know exactly, the stock had a good run up, but it's been trending down the last couple of days, okay? It came to a price around 190 and it starts going back down. Now the stock is trading somewhere around 70, 178, okay? Now, why is the stock decided? Let me get my crayons out here. And by the way, that's the link right there on Instagram. I'll just show it to you really quick. Here's our Instagram page, and you can see it right here down at the bottom. I mean, Palantir's on fire. I talk about it here. These are watch lists. You can see that we've been talking about Palantir forever. Nuclear stocks, Palantir, and a big run. I mean, we've been fans of these stocks forever. But what I want to show you is why did it decide to go down from here? Anybody know why? I mean, we had a beautiful run from 160 to 190. Taking profits, Randy? No, that's not the answer you're looking for. People taking profits here, people taking profits here, they're taking profits. People always taking profits. It's heavy resistance? Really? That is completely wrong. Where do you see resistance levels there? If I go back on this chart and go as further as I can, I don't think you'll have any resistance levels there. No, nowhere. Jeffrey, you're on to something. Okay? Listen, you just answered this question. What makes stocks go up and down? Everyone just put it in there again. Sellers, right? Everybody write S. Everyone write just S. So I just make sure you're paying attention. Okay? Greg, I didn't hear from you. Who did I didn't hear from? Michael D, Pierre, Scott. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. I want you to listen. If you're not answering and chatting back to me, that means you obviously don't care and you should not be in here. And I'm just telling you, I'm not here to listen to myself talk. I am here because trading is a 90% failure rate and you do not want to be part of that 90%. You want to be part of the 10%. Now, the answer is you're right. Sellers. Now, I'm going to show you something right here. This is called level 4. Now, if you'll notice right here down at the bottom, this is 9:30 when the market opened up. When market opens up, this is called program trading. Orders start showing up, okay? Do you notice this really big line right here? That line is 190. And at 190, this is called the current order book. You had almost 200,000 shares out there trying to sell the stock at 190. Now, the stock never went to 190, okay, today. But there are people out there that have orders out there that won't kick in until 9:30. And you could see it right then and there. Now, the stock is trading at 176. Can the stock go, will it go back to 190? Of course it could. Can it pass 190? It could happen if somebody executes that 200,000 share seller. But as of right now, if you notice as a swing trade by a day trade, that is a major, major resistance levels. I'll do one more. I'll do one more for you before we continue. Let's do Tesla. All right. And these are all brand name stocks. So Tesla, if you notice right here on the long-term chart, we've been coming up to some pretty big resistance levels. You can see right here, 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 and here. A lot of resistance levels from 150 to right around 160, okay? Now, why would it be a big resistance levels at those numbers? Well, there's only one way to answer that. There obviously must be a lot of sellers out there. Now, the thing is this, do you see sellers on a chart, everyone? No, you don't. But when you look over here, you'll notice let me blow this up. Here's 9:30. Market opens up. All of a sudden, this line shows up. What line is that? A 335,000 shares are looking to be sold at 350. Where was the resistance levels we said again? 350 and 360. Now, this is a very important question to ask all of you. Did I lose anyone yet? Are you guys following along? Great. So I didn't even start going and teaching you anything. I've just basically shown you where the right of the chart is. Okay. That's what you're looking at. Here are the orders over here on the right. Those are the charts on the left. Remember, the left is the past, the right is the future. Well, basically, I hope, do I have everyone's attention? Do I got you? Do I have your attention now? All right. Well, listen, trading is just not about winners because listen, there are a lot of stocks that are moving other than just Tesla, Palantir. There are stocks like BSLK was up 750% in one day. ATNF up 330% in one day. And these are all the traders in the room. Now, these people that you see right here that were posting these orders, you can see Andrea, one of the traders in the room. What I'm looking to do today is I'm going to invite all of you to what's my professional trading room. My professional trading room is here. Okay. All of you, when we're all said and done, I'm going to invite all of you to meet. Well, a lot of people logged out right now, but there's about 200 people in the room. You're going to meet all our instructors and you're going to see all the trades and you're going to see all the alerts and you're going to see every stock that we're in and what's making it go up and down. Now, does anyone here in a trading room right now? Just give me a yes or no. Jeffrey, you're not. Avantar, yeah. Scott, we got one person. You have to remember, everybody, I'm going to explain to you why 90% of the people fail, okay? And how we found these stocks, what drives them up, everything. But before I do that, it's not about the winners. My goal today is to teach you about controlling losses. That is everyone's biggest issue. And that's why majority of most of you are here. Now, after going over a couple of things, who is Fausto Puglisi anyway? Why am I listening to this guy? Well, let me explain to you how I got started. I'm actually a 12-time champion at the Traders Money Show. I beat every single school I competed against, okay? Even the ones that probably won even more, I beat them too. I'm a little tired of it. But the thing is this, it's not about winning championships. It's how I got started. I don't know who taught you how to trade or whatever, but I live here in New York. This is the financial capital of the world. I've been trained by some of the best, and I worked at some of the best trading firms in the industry. Now, I know everyone here, if you wanted to be a professional athlete, let's say football or baseball or whatever it may be, or let's say you want that great technology job, you're going to go work for somebody. You're going to want someone that's going to mentor you that is in that business, okay? Well, I wanted to get into the trading business. And unfortunately, I started at 22 years old and I was an ignorant 22-year-old kid. And I'm like, well, what I got to go work for somebody? I'll just do it on my own, which is about 98% of the people in today's world. Well, that didn't work out too well for me. So what I ended up doing is I ended up failing. And finally, I came to the conclusion, which some of you are doing right now, and say, you know what? Maybe I should learn from someone. Maybe I should learn from someone that does this every day. Maybe I should learn from someone that has a good reputation, that's been around the industry for a long time. And I guess some of you found us, and that's why you're probably here. Well, that's what my goal is today, because I was you 35 years ago. And when I started, I was a floor trader. And what happened is that what I'm doing today, what I'm looking for is this. Eventually you move on. And, back then when I started, we had to split the profits. We paid almost $30 a trade, where today you get them for free. You had to go commute to the city in New York. Today you could do it online. So we evolved past that. So I didn't have to do that anymore. That's why, if you notice, New York Stock Exchange is a ghost town. Nobody's there anymore. Eventually, you're going to be able to have bar mitzvahs there and weddings, But what I've learned as a market maker, as a trader, is that the way you become a good trader is you have to surround yourself with really good people that love trading, that want to learn, and will be very proactive. Just like anyone here running a business, you are only as good of a company of the employees that you hire. Okay. When you go to a store and you got shit employees, the stock, that's why the company's not doing well, or that's why their stock is in terrible prices. You go to a place like Costco and you shopping there and you're like, my God, man, they get the registers like boom, boom, boom. People, because they pay their people and they're good at it. Well, trading's the same thing. You want to learn how to trade? You got to surround yourself with good traders and people that know what they're doing. So my goal today is I'm looking to recruit traders that I could train at the end of my presentation to show you what you're doing wrong, how we do it. And if you get it, I'm going to invite you to come to my trading floor. That's why I do a lot of work with NASDAQ, and I've been on every financial station, because people always ask me, they're like, I never heard of this stuff, Fausto. I never heard of level 3, level 4. Well, let me just tell you something. This technology has been around for 50 years. When I started, someone says, oh, don't you know it's been around for over 10 years? I'm like, no. He goes, well, you're way behind the 8 ball, but don't worry. It's never too late. So listen, this is not about me, about my success. This is about you. And it's about time that a lot of you start changing what you're doing and doing it the right way. And the right way is this. I don't want to change your style. I just want to help you realize that when you're on the wrong side, you're going to see the street out there doing it. So you're following their coattails. Remember, we're just the ants trying to get the crumbs. These people are moving billions and billions of dollars. They don't care about you. Okay. They care about themselves. And the reason why people fail in this industry is because of one thing and one thing only. Everyone is trying to get the shortcuts, and everyone wants everything for free. So I'm just warning you right now, everyone. Okay. If you're here to get free stuff and you're a professional YouTube taker, you're not going to succeed in trading. Okay. The only way you're going to learn is you got to work for somebody. You have to, and obviously someone that knows what they're doing. You got to watch, listen, and learn. And most importantly, not the winners, but controlling the losers, because that's everybody's issue. Now, what I'm going to show you again is how to follow the money. And by the way, you have a comment right there for one of our traders that's in the room, Linda Randy. They're here every single week. And thanks for being here. They're one of our biggest fans at CyberTrade University. Probably the most skeptical people in my industry, that students I have, and they converted. And you know what? You'll get a chance to meet with them. And what it is this. You don't want to be the person that's going to be a professional school taker. Okay. Going to professional webinars, listen to this one, trying that one, this one. All you need to do is follow the money. Okay. That's it. Now, this is how we do it. There's 3 of the most important tools you need to trade with. You need a scanner, a simple chart, and level 3 quotes. That's all you need to be very good when it comes to trading. Now, finding these stocks are not difficult at all. Okay. Does anyone here follow me on like TikTok or Instagram or Telegram or X, also known as Twitter? You're probably wondering, like, where do you get? Well, actually, we're going to put the link up there really quick. Rich, do we have the? Let's put like, you have it. Well, even the Instagram, put on X so people can subscribe. The YouTube channel. Okay, Linda. So we post our links. We're live every morning. Okay, and finding these stocks are not very difficult. So let me bring this up really quick here and show you what I mean. You could see right here. I want you to focus right here. You see this right here? This is our watch list. And this watch list came out at 9/16. Okay. So we have our own alert service, and we give it out. And look at all the stocks that are up there. All of them were all big active use. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Okay. This is before the market even opened. These are things that we teach you what you should be looking at and should not be looking at. All right. Now, let me move this over. We're going to show you, out of all those stocks, which one is going to give you the least amount of risk with the high amount of reward, because you can't trade them all. Okay. So that's one of the big things. And I'll show you how we do that. But before we find the stocks, the most important thing is this. You did not make a single penny unless you can get the stock at that price. So what I want to basically talk a little bit about right now is this. It's called the bid, and the offer, the buyers and the sellers. Now, does anyone here have level 2 quotes? Just give me a chat. Give me a yes or no. Jeff, you have it? Okay. How do you like it? Anver, you have it? Scott, you don't? Okay. Now, I want to do a quick poll. Does anyone here have level 3 quotes? It's not very good, Jeffrey. That's why I was going to tell you, it's been outdated for 20 years. Now, who here has level 3 quotes? Now, as you guys are filling out that questionnaire, that poll, let me tell you what we're looking at. We're seeing the price of a stock. We're seeing how many shares are looking to be bought and who's buying it at that exchange. The New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ Exchange, ECNs, whatever. The problem with level 2 is you're not seeing all the orders. You're just seeing the best buyer and the best seller at that exchange. Now, when I bring over here, and let me show you, end this poll. Look how many of you here don't have level 2 quotes, level 3 quotes. I'm going to share the results. Well, watch this. Right here is called NASDAQ Total View, okay, which is called the book, the order book. Now, in this book right here, we're looking at Starbucks, and we're seeing every single buyer and every single seller around the entire world that wants to buy Starbucks and sell Starbucks. Now, let me tell you what, in a metaphor, exactly what you're looking at. Does anyone ever bought a house? Okay. Or did you ever buy a car? Anyone here buy a car? Now, imagine going to the dealership and, instead of shopping at every single dealer, let's say you want that car, that one car, right? You're looking to buy, I don't know, let's say you want to buy a whatever, like a Ford truck. And you got it, and there's multiple Ford dealers around the area. Now, you don't want to go to dealer to dealer to dealer to dealer and sit there and negotiate, talk to them, try to how much you really want, going back and forth. Wouldn't it be nice to know exactly what which dealer is willing to sell you that? And let's say you wanted to sell your car. These dealers, they want to give you shit for your car. They want to steal it from you. Oh, they're making you like they're doing you a big favor. Wouldn't it be nice to know what dealer out there is willing to pay the most amount of money for your car? So you can just go there and oh, you know what? I didn't know this. There's a dealer right next door to me, but the guy one town over, he's willing to pay $2,000-$3,000 more. But you don't know that because there's nothing that doesn't exist like that. Technically, there is. It's called an auction, a car auction. But in the stock market, it does exist. So you're sitting there, you're guessing what stocks are doing. Well, now I'm going to basically spill the beans and tell you exactly why most people fail in trading. It's because they're not following the orders. So let me show you how this works. We're looking at a stock, PayPal, PYPL. And you could see it started right around here, 72, came all the way down to about $70, and then went all the way back up to 72. Why would this stock stop right at this number at $70.70? Where does 70 come from? I never even heard that number. Why not 70? Why 70? Well, when you look over here on the buy order, you're going to have buyers at every single price. But the biggest significant buyer is right there. 186,000 shares are looking to be bought at $70.70. Okay. Now, I don't know about you, fellow traders, but like we mentioned earlier, how do stocks go up? Buyers and sellers. You see, the problem is everybody's always looking for support, but support doesn't exist unless the buyers make that support. So when you're sitting there and you own a stock and my God, the thing keeps going down, it's going lower, it's going lower, it's going low. When is it going to stop? The only way it's going to stop is where the biggest buyer is. And that's where that buyer is on that stock. I'll give you another example. What makes a stock going higher? It's not resistance, it's sellers. And if you look right here, how's the stock go from 1480 all the way to 1620? Is because after it wasn't 11 o'clock that made it do that. It was the seller of 106,000 shares looking to be sold at 1617. That is what makes a resistance levels. And if you weren't prepared for that, guess what? Now you're down here at 1540. And you're like, my God, I had such a good winner in it. Now why did I convert a winner into a loser? Well, did you see all those big sellers out there? And most of you don't. Because you know why? You didn't realize the technology existed. And it's been there for 50 years. And this is what we call the right of the chart. Now, let's go over a few more examples. Anyone here following quantum stocks? They've been on a big run up, right? So I knew one of you just mentioned, hey, could you check out one of the quantum stocks? Well, we're going to talk a little bit about it. I want to bring it up, but I knew we had in one of the PowerPoints. So Rigetti is selling off when the market opened up. Had a nice little run a couple of days, but now you're like, oh, now do I do? Do I sell it? Now it's down. My God, I gave so much of a profit away. Okay, well, look, guess what? What is going to make Rigetti stop going lower? Well, first of all, why is it going down? Does anybody know? What's pushing the stock down? Sellers, right? And the only thing that's going to make it go up is buyers. So there comes to a point where you got to know where the support levels are. And the only way we're going to do that is we're going to go to the exchange directly, which, by the way, I'm going to tell you exactly where to get this data. And it's not the Fausto indicator. It's directly through NASDAQ. Is you're going to go there and you're going to look for the 195,000 share buyer. Because there are buyers at every single price. But the real big one is right there. So what do you think is going to happen when we come up to that $30 million worth of stock that was looking to be bought at 1635, fellow traders? Exactly. Goes all the way there, hit 1640, and he was there since 1230. Once it got to him, now we're back to 18. And you know what I'm talking about. How many times have you gone out there and as soon as you got into a stock and you're like, you sell it and you're wondering, like, is someone watching me? It's like, listen, nobody's watching you. You're just not watching them. Chuck Z, one of our traders, did really well on that trade. He hit it right on the spot. Made a really nice move on that. By the way, Chuck Z, you'll get to meet with him. Where's Chuck? Chuck was in the room. There he is. Here's Chuck right there, right now. He's from Dallas, Texas. You'll get to meet with him. He did really well on that trade right there. Those are real people that you're seeing in that room that we've trained and those are real orders that they're getting in and out of it. And you'll get to meet with them. By the way, don't trust me. Listen to them. Now, the next thing is, where do we find resistance levels? Well, ASTS this morning had a big breakout. Stock made a big run from $48 to $51. Okay. Now, as a trader, where do we find, when's the stock going to back off? It's not what's happening in the past that makes resistance. It's where the sellers are out there. Well, when we work our way down and we look at the sell column and we go to the exchange, we see the biggest sellers right here at 51.72. Now, I don't know about you, but 500 shares is quite a lot of money for a $50 stock for some of us. It's about a $25,000 investment. Got a $100,000 investment. You know what 66,000 is of a $51 stock? It's about almost $30 million. So if there's anything that's going to make it more of a seller, it's that much amount of shares of that amount of money. And by not knowing that early in the morning and you're not prepared for it, now you back down to 48. So that's how you convert a winner to a loser. So, and like Linda Randy just saying right there, indicators make your head spin. we thought Fibonacci's was an Italian restaurant. We got Wise, and we keep it super simple at CTU, which is what we use. Is called the KISS method. Keep it super simple. Just follow the orders. You see, the more things that you add, the more you think, the less you do. And that's what we call iceberg orders, big block orders. And if you're not looking for those iceberg orders, then you're basically trading blind. And that is what we call the right of the chart. Because if anyone's familiar about the movie Titanic or the story about Titanic, didn't really work well for those people. And you don't want to be like the people on the Titanic, okay? But I know you've been there. Some of you have been there, but some of you recovered from it. You don't ever want that to happen again, right? Well, this is why we're here. I'm trying to educate you on that. You have to follow the money. Now, let's go back in the live markets and let's talk about some more iceberg orders. And I'm going to get everybody registered so you could join people like Lynn and Charles and Chuck and Denzel and, Elon, Elena, all these traders. And I want to show you something called level 4. Now, some of you guys gave me some stocks out there. Does anybody have any other stocks out there in mind that you want to bring up? Anything else that was pretty good? Any other stocks? The S&P is like, not really. You can't really see too many orders, too many algorithms on that one. Run. Let me see what you got going on here. Let me bring up the stock. Run's got a nice move. I mean, stock trade 11 million shares, 1020. It's up to about 1160. It's not that bad. All right. Now, do you have a game plan on Run, Jeffrey? Any game plan on that stock right there? Do you know where the buyers and sellers are? Do you know where the resistance levels are? I mean, it's making an HOD, which is a high of the day. You don't? Okay. All right. Well, that's a problem. That's a big, big problem. So let me show you what we got going on here. All right. It's obviously taking off as we speak. Okay. When you brought it up. So you see this order right here? There was a big order out there at 1140. Okay. Now, if you see right there, you see how that number is it's blank. What that means is that trader canceled that order. Now let me move over here and show you what that was. That was a 80,000 share seller, 80,000 plus 20. It's 100,000 shares are looking to be sold at that price at that time. What happens? He canceled it because he must have saw someone was bidding up for the stock when it was at $10. And then somebody came back. And if you notice right here, it broke out of that high. Why did it break up there? Is because that order got executed. You see these big green balls? Those are called time and sales orders. That's this window right here. That's this right here. And I know a lot of people look at that and they're like, it moves too fast. I really can't, grasp it. That's okay. But since we looked at that stock, it already ran about 75 cents. And the reason why it ran is because those orders got filled. Right? Now, your question is this. Now, your question probably is going to be and you could see the orders out here and they all got filled. Filled. Now, the question is, where's it going to stop? Does anybody know? Where's the resistance levels? Jeffrey says 13. Avar 13. Wow, why'd you guys say 13? Wouldn't have anything to do about this seller right here, would it? Where that line is, where he was out there since 9:30 in the morning. Okay. Okay, well, are you sure about that? Because we could always go back the old way of doing it, and we could add in a moving average, a stochastic, a Bollinger Band. Anything else we're missing here? A MACD. I don't know. Does that help you? Does that make you better understanding if the stock is going to go up to that number? But everybody wants to know this. Everybody wants to know why this stock specifically. Okay. These indicators. You all want to learn indicators. This is what drives the stock Yeah, you're laughing out loud. Bali's laughing. Well, you know what? Unfortunately, people out there, some of you are still using it. Okay. You know what? I'm not using it. I'm just using this. Because look where we are right now as we speak. Where's the stock right now, fellow traders? Went right to 13. Right there. Now let's see what happens when we get to 13. By the way, can we break 13? Can we go past 13? Yes or no? Of course we could, right? Everyone should say yes. Now, how would that even happen? How would that happen? You nailed it. You nailed it. Someone has to buy it. And what just happened? Buyer got executed. So that's how stocks go up and go down, by buyers and sellers. And that is actually what we call a breakout. And that's what the whole topic of today's conversation was. And by the way, you're seeing this in real time. In real time. So, who here would like to learn more about trading, about Cyber Trading University? Well, Jeffrey, listen, we're out of time here, and I'm going to basically give you the opportunity to see this not for the next 30 minutes, but for the next week. So, if you haven't subscribed to Cyber Trading University yet, please do so. Okay? Go out there, look what we do, see our reputation, and you'll see that we're the only school out there that you would ever find that is endorsed and sponsored by more brokerage firms than any school in the industry, and probably the only school that you'll find that has a 5-star rating on Google and ranked #1 by ChatGPT out of all the schools out there. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, if you believe in education, if you believe you wouldn't want someone not to train your money that doesn't have the rights, what makes you different, or had the education, what makes you different, this is what separates everything. So what I done is I created a live trading floor. I started the first one in the industry. I know people are popping up left and right, but I started the first one. And the reason why I did this is I took what I've learned here on Wall Street and I brought it to Main Street. Actually, I brought it to the internet. I brought it to the cyber market. And what I'm looking for is traders like you that if you were able to see what I taught you, that you can learn it and go out there and share it with us, because the more traders we have, the more eyeballs we have out there, look for icebergs, the more money we make together. Now, this is what I'm asking for. Remember I told you there's nothing free? Well, we're not very expensive, but we're not free. All I'm asking for is that if you have $9 in your pocket, that's it, just $9. Pick up your phone right now, scan the QR code, okay? Or click on that link we just posted, and I will give you 1 week access of everything that you just saw of the whole Cyber Trading University program, and you could basically test it and see why we've been ranked #1 school in the industry. And as a bonus, these are everything that you're going to get being part of that 1 week. You're going to have full commentary of all the instructors at Cyber Trading University. You're also going to have full access to the trading floor. You're also going to have, you're going to get the alert services that we give you of all the watch lists. Okay. Also, you're going to have access to our exclusive VIP podcasts that we do of some of the best, most reputable gurus in today's industry, all for a lousy, stinking $9. Now, some people look at it, there's got to be a catch. Well, know what? There's more of a catch to it, because I'm going to throw this in on top of it. I'm also going to give you my book, How to Beat Market Makers at Our Own Game. Now, you could pay me $50 on Amazon, or you can get it here for $9. And you're going to get the trading room. So all these things you're going to get. And with another bonus I'm going to throw in there is that if you're not satisfied in a week, I'll give you $9 back. Listen, I don't need your $9. The $9, all it tells me is that You're willing to make an investment, have some skin in the game, and it lets me know if you're a real person. There are people in here, you have like, someone has their name as NA. I don't know what the hell that is. I had one person as Trader 5. I don't know who that is. Okay. So we don't like to have people in the room unless we know who they are. So if you're really serious, you want to fill out a resume, it's going to cost you $9. And we'll give you full access to everything we own here at CyberTrade University to prove to you that if you want to make a successful career in trading, this is it. This is it. And I'm going to throw one last bonus in there. If you guys register, I will personally give you a coaching class myself. You'll be able to talk to me personally. Now, why would I do that? Well, the main reason is this. I am looking for serious traders. And eventually, if you want to take this seriously, you're probably going to want to talk to the owner. Now, I have an invested interest in you to succeed, because if you succeed, we all succeed. So, like I said, and if it's not for you, you're probably not going to waste my time, and you're probably not going to want to meet with me. And that's okay. But if you're serious about trading and you want to learn how to trade like a Wall Street market maker, you want to know where the algorithms are, you want to know why NASDAQ wants you to learn all this, and New York Stock Exchange, you want to know why I was featured by some of these people who have been around for 35 years, here is your chance. $9, take a shot, money back guaranteed, and you're going to get all this wonderful stuff. Workshops, Trader Talk library, coaching class, live access to the room. Now, I have a couple of questions people ask me. So as you guys are filling it out, I can see a lot of you are registering right now. Just a couple of questions people ask about what they're going to be getting. First of all, people ask me, how much money do I need to get started? Because some of you feel like, I don't know if I can start, I got enough money. Listen, all you need is $9 right now. Forget about what's happening. Anyone being affected by the day trading rule, the pattern day trade? Because some people say like, oh, I need 25,000. Guess what? They're getting rid of it. After 25 years, they are getting rid of the pattern day trading rule starting next month. Now, you want to wait till next month and learn then? At the best time of the year, you want to learn now. Don't waste any more time. Linda Randy's even telling you. So, I just went and got a cup of coffee at the coffee shop at Starbucks. That cost me $9. Give it up. This is going to pay for it itself. Now, do you need a brokerage account to be part of this program? The answer is no. We don't want you to trade or do anything. All we want you to do is watch. Watch and see if the other traders make money. Okay? Don't count my money. Don't count Josh's or Rich's or John's. You need to see, listen, are we capable of showing you how to do it? That's what you have to. The only way you're going to know that is seeing if other traders, like you'll see here, Nabi and all these people that are in here, because we have students in here trying to recruit because they were you. And they're there because they know that they were you a while ago and they made that mistake and they don't want to fail, and they don't want to see people fail. Because the thing is this, when people fail, it's bad for the business. Everyone's going to be very negative. If you knew that you're going into a country that is of a traveler's alert, and it's the worst of the worst of the worst, but it's got beautiful beaches, but you know that there's crime, there's drugs. Would you still go there, even if it's the beautiful beaches in the world? No, you wouldn't. Well, that's what we always have to fight here. There are just too many people lose money, and the main reason is because they haven't been educated. So don't worry about a brokerage account. Don't worry about where you get level 3. Don't worry about any of that stuff. Just give me a week in the trading room. Get your appointment with me, and we'll go from there, and we'll show you what you need and what you don't need. And let me tell you something. Some of you are going to find out that trading is not for you. You're going to finally realize and say, wow, this is really fast. I didn't know what I was getting myself involved in. And you're going to be like, this is the best $9 I ever spent. But the only way you could do that is starting here. All right. Now, people always ask, do you do options? Do you do futures? Yes, we do. Absolutely. But how in the hell are you going to be a good options trader if you don't even know how to be a good stock trader? Because it's the movement of the stock that makes an option move. But I heard options have good, less, less risk. That's bullshit. They're more risk. Who's more wealthy, the guy who owns the house or the person that rents the house? Okay, well, that's what you're doing. You're renting all day, but you can rent, but you got to do it strategically. So $9, fellow traders. Let's get registered. I got to go. A couple of shout outs right now. Bali, I just got your registration. Welcome aboard. You're from New Jersey. Look forward to teaching you. Who else we got here? Jeffrey B from Washington. Just got your registration. Who else we got here? Randy Turner, got your registration from Texas. Welcome aboard. Now, Bali, that's you? All right, great. So anyway, listen, when you register, Randy, Bali, and everyone else that's doing it as we speak, we're going to ask you 5 very important questions. So please fill them out at the best the way you can. Let us know, who you're trading with, your style, and be honest. Are you making money? Are you losing money? What are you finding? Are you being your challenges? The more you help answer that, the better it has me to help you. Okay. And then every single one of you are not going in this blind. Okay. You're going to talk to our staff and we're not going to sell you anything. Okay. All we want you to do is that we want you to show you what you're looking at, know what videos to watch, be able to answer your questions without going out there and trying to figure on your own. Because you all know this. You go, you buy a product, nobody calls you, there's no phone number. Listen, here's our number: 516-280-5350. Feel free to call us. We're here. We're here to help you. Because you help you, we help you, you help us. We all make money together. Linda, Randy, just welcome all of you to the team. Welcome aboard. All right. Does anyone have any questions? Anyone have questions? By the way, I see there's a lot of people in here. Some of you still have not bought it. Is there a reason? I never asked this question, but is there a reason why you guys are not willing to make a $9 investment? I'm just curious for my own thing. Why? I mean, like, here you are, have the opportunity to drive next to one of the, I'm not saying I'm the best trader in the world, but one of the well-known in the industry. And you're doing it right now. Why would you not want to continue and pay $9? Because it's, you know what? It's the best trade you're going to make of the day. George, it does work, but I will tell you this. Why are you so focused on the S&P when there are 25,000 stocks out there that are going to give you less risk with more reward? Are you here to make money or are you here to trade the S&P? You understand? I know the S&P has been doing great, but you just saw the stock run, make a huge rally. It literally ran $2, $11 stock. Look at this, $11. Let me clear this out because this is really, and bring this up here. You had a stock that since we've been here, we talked about it, ran $2. Okay. On 1,000 shares, you're talking a $2,000 investment. $2,000 you would have made. That's a $500,000 salary. $500,000 a year. Did you make a $500,000 trading the S&P? And then you have to risk all that money to trade the S&P? I don't think so. It's all about risk to reward. Linda says, I paid $9 last week. My last day of the trial today. Best $9 I ever spent. Well, you're more than welcome, Linda. And we hopefully that you're going to continue with Cyber Trade University, because that $9 was just a wake-up call. All right. What is the price afterwards to continue the room? Antonio, listen, if it's $100, $1,000, or $10,000, don't worry about that right now. That's the least of your problems. And if your question is this, nobody here is going to be hit with a residual, a payment plan process. If you don't want to continue with Cyber Trade University, listen, we don't need your money. We respect your business, but we don't need it. So there's not going to be auto charges or locked into some agreement like most people do. We don't do that. Okay. Don't worry about next week. Let's worry about right now. Okay. Worry about the $9 now. Okay. Because if I did, then I would be pitching the class, say, hey, $200, $300 a month, come in my trading room. You know what I mean? And you might say, well, that sounds, could I sample it? Yeah. You know what? You could sample at 9, which is something I think everyone here could afford. All right. A couple more shout outs. I see some of you registering here. Who else we got? We got Daniel, got your registration. Welcome aboard. Charlene, Max, Nick from Colorado, welcome aboard. All right. Any other questions, fellow traders? Any other questions? $9. That's all it's going to take. Yes, this has been recorded. And we recommend you to share it to your friends. You know, go out there, watch it again. I think the beginning start of it, where I showed you, you know, some of those big orders out there, like on Palantir and Tesla, I think I'll blow your mind. But there you go. All right. Any other questions, fellow traders? I got to go. I got to get back to my traders. There's a lot of stocks are running. I want to get ready for this close. First 20 people will get a free trial with me talking on the phone. Absolutely. Bali, I look forward to talking to you too. Thank you very much. No problem, Jeffrey. I'll see you next week. All right. All right. Well, listen, if you did move forward with CyberTrade University, let me just leave everybody off with something very important that I want to pass that my mentor told me 35 years ago. Okay. And I want to do you all a favor who didn't sign up. If you didn't like the way I speak, look, I get it. I don't take things personal. Okay. Maybe it's not your style. Maybe you want something. You already took a class with somebody. You want to make it work. But I'm just telling you right now, if it's not us, you better go learn from somebody else, because I don't think anyone here will give their money to someone that never learned finance. What do you think you're doing? Don't be cheap. Okay. It will cost you thousands, even $10,000s of dollars in losses. All right. My mentor taught me this. If you don't like what you see, then go start interviewing stockbrokers to trade your money for you. Go back to your day job. Don't even waste your time. I am not kidding. This is a 90% failure rate. It might even be higher than that. Okay. But you're bound to get yourself in trouble and blow up your account. And it's not a matter if, it's a matter of when. And you know, some of you probably already did it already. Don't let $9 scare you. Okay. We're here to help you to make a career in trading. Some of you are retiring. Some of you maybe gave you money, somebody else lost it. Some of you have been doing this for years and still haven't made a dime in it. Why even waste it any further? Okay. This is only going to help you, but you better go learn from somebody than nobody. That is the biggest thing that I could pass on to you. All right. Because you have to learn before you could earn. A couple more shout outs, guys, before I go. Just got yours, Greg V from Alberta, Canada. By the way, I will be in Toronto next month at the Money Show. So when you guys register, I'm actually doing a Traders Challenge up there. So if anybody, and if you register, you'll get to watch it live on the podcast. But yes, we're trying to find somebody. So far, we got a couple of people that are thinking about it, but they're a little nervous to compete against me because they're embarrassed they're going to lose. But that's okay. You know what I mean? It's all about fun. So if you're from Canada, hopefully we get a chance to see you. You get to meet me live. And by the way, 20% of our traders, Greg, are from Canada. So you'll fit right in. You'll love it up there. We love the Canadians. Thank you very much. All right, guys, I'll see you in the trading floor. And if not, and if you didn't register, think about it. We'll still be here. And you always can, like I said, watch the recordings and hopefully you'll register then. All right. Good luck, everyone. Happy trading. I'll see you in the trading floor.